Every single session, one line sits at the top of my notes. My goal as a DM is to make my players feel their character's emotions, sadness, glory, fear, joy, and all. So how do we do that? Well, there's a perfect example over in our main campaign that's always been stuck in my head for some reason, and today we're going to be breaking that down. We're looking for that full body, visceral, fuck yeah from a player. The kind that just like erupts when everything clicks. The story, the stakes, and the payoff. But those moments don't just happen, they're built. One that I've been struggling with recently is defeating a big bad. My players just aren't that invested, so when the time comes, the moment just like falls short. If we want to achieve that perfect resolution, there's 3 things that we can do as a DM. Reward creativity, build tension, and stick the landing. The great thing about this is that it's applicable to like all aspects of TTRPGs. Combat, roleplay, the plot lines, an entire campaign, or in this case, even the small moments. Warning, light spoilers for campaign 1. You wanted to shoot at the Minotaur. Would you roll?
22.
22.
These rolls.
Natural 19 for the ramparts. So, right as this mob starts coming towards you, get your hammer ready. Do you want to hit the Minotaur or the mob? The Minotaur.
Well, wait, which is further through the gates at this point? Like, is the mob creeping past the centaur? Or
It's both the same.
Whatever. Yeah, I'm gonna go for the big guy.
Yeah, you go up and pulls his horns out, and you can see this almost, you've seen like a skull of like a bull or something like that. It's very similar. You can see the huff of just steam coming out of its nose, and it grabs this whole huge axe. You walk up, go to swing at it, and just right as you cast Flaming Sphere, you can see this right behind the Minotaur, just a swirling flame of a ball. Swirling ball of flame right behind the Minotaur. And then it kind of blocks off the figures from the horde of just piling over you right there. Right as all of you see a massive bolt, faster than you could even comprehend, as it just like appears right through the Minotaur, and his bones get shattered against the walls right as you hit it. You can see this bolt sticking out about 7 feet out of the ground in the mud. Oh yeah. So that's a huge success for the trench. The most important aspect of immersion is having your players' actions matter. Everything they say and do can be used by a DM. Their creativity should be rewarded. You can see in this example, Johnny's eyes like lit up as soon as I described the ballista tower. He was already writing the scene in his head. There were so many different things that he could have shot at, but he decided to help Sam with the gates. I could have easily just had him like roll for damage, kill a couple things, and then we move on. But he waited for his time to strike. As soon as the opportunity presented itself, he shot at a huge Minotaur that was about to trample our paladin. As a DM, you have to show empathy and realize what your players' intentions are. This will guide you to that sweet fuck yeah moment. It was clear to me that he wanted a big hit from such a massive weapon. If your players are painting with bold strokes, don't just hand them a beige brush. Match their energy. Johnny told me everything that I need to know through his choices. But there's another essential ingredient that I believe I executed like fucking perfectly. Tension is vital to an explosive conclusion. If you want your party to yell out in joy after defeating a big bad, they have to hate them as a person. If you want them to scream in fear at the edge of their seats right for a jump scare, you have to build tension. For such a huge weapon and the potential damage that it deals, I knew it would take a turn or two to load it. Mechanically, this made sense, but thematically, it let everybody's anticipation build. As I kept bouncing between the players and describing the scene, different dangers arose. A horde piles over the rampart. A swooping dragon's breath decimates with every pass, and a hulking skeletal minotaur charges forward after busting through the gate. I also built tension by alluding to what was about to happen to Sam. He's our paladin, as he was like going toe-to-toe with this minotaur beast. Tension isn't just danger, it's anticipation. Let them want the moment before you give it to them. The scene was set as Johnny aims the ballista towards the Minotaur, the massive dragon about to sunder the tower that he's atop. It was time for our last ingredient.
When the time's right, you'll know it. Boom! Stick it. That right there is like hitting the G-spot every single time.
A good build-up is only as good as its ending. And this is the hardest part to prep for, so you're going to have to put your improv cap on. Delivery is everything, and in this scene, I went for a high-energy description of the bolt exploding into the Minotaur just in the nick of time before it gored into our paladin. It was brief, energetic, and it was impactful. So far in this scene, the players have gone through like waves. Depending on what areas they aid, others have a higher chance of being overrun. Since Johnny chose to help out the trenches, my final words were, "That's a huge success for the trenches." If you're concluding a scenario involving roleplay, it's all about what and how you say the lines. A big bad's last words might include something that you've been alluding to leading up to this, like a great one-liner to end a funny joke. This is the perfect storm for a player to say,
the trench and the ramparts from you being up there.
As far as the line atop my notes every session, the scene is like a prime example. It felt good for me in the moment, and it feels good rewatching it. I feel accomplished as a DM when my players have these reactions. It's like food for the soul. Your players don't want to hear you ramble on about descriptions and drag on from one scene to the next. They want the world to react to what they do. Your job as a DM is to simply lay out the canvas for them. As they make choices and traverse the world, drop seeds and drop like little hints. The things that they say and the actions that they take, you can use that. You can allude to conclusions on the horizon. All you have to do after that is stick the landing when the time comes. If you have any similar stories, I want to hear about it in the comments. If you've got any like questions or anything, don't be shy. Hop in there, talk to me about it. If you want to go check out that video, I got it linked in the description. Just a hint, it's one of my favorites. I could have easily just had him like roll for damage, kill a couple things, and then we like move on. But he would wait. Fucking. Johnny told me everything that I needed to know through his choices. But there's another. I'm fucking like, ugh, fucking. If you're concluding a scenario involving roleplay, it's all about what and how you say the lines. I mean, this is just fucking good enough, dude. I don't fucking give a shit.